back from an absolute bore 0-0 draw, and you have to ask yourself, what has happened to Aston Villa's leaders?
Let's go.
Hello and welcome to the Villa Park podcast. It's me, Rich, and I'm back with another Rich Reacts. Not quite an instant reaction, just got back from Liverpool where I have seen Aston Villa draw 0-0 against Everton, and what a terrible, terrible game it was. We are going to get into it. Please do hit that like button and hit that subscribe button. Help us continue on the road to 10,000 subscribers and get your comments in, your thoughts on this game today. And I just said, what has happened to our leaders in this team? Nobody is taking responsibility. Nobody is creating any urgency. No one is taking the game by the scruff of the neck and saying, I am going to try and win this game for this team. Nobody is doing anything. We are a team at the moment that is a play by numbers team. We are hiding, we are doing what is required, and we are not doing any extra than that. You can see the players on the pitch. They are putting in what looks like an effort. They are making the runs that looks like they're making the runs, but they are not doing the little bit extra that is needed to get the required result. And that is the problem. The team is a play by numbers team right now, and I am concerned. Yes, there are Villa fans on social media. There are Villa fans that are around that are saying, look, it's a good point. We've got where we are. You know, we've got to take it and build on this. We've got a clean sheet. We defended well, but we didn't do anything. Are you not concerned about the lack of attacking intent? We have literally had 10 shots in 4 games. We haven't scored a goal. We haven't looked like we can get behind any team. I was at the game today. We did not look like scoring. We have Morgan Rogers, England international. Ollie Watkins, England international. Emi Buendia on the pitch. Yuri Tillemans on the pitch. We didn't look like doing anything at all. No creativity. No shots. No confidence. Nothing. You have to be concerned at this. I said after pre-season, I was worried that I was mildly encouraged with the goals that Ollie Watkins had scored, and I was mildly encouraged with 1 or 2 of the performances. But I was worried that the points that we were raising as supporters last season that we needed to address haven't been addressed. The pacing behind, the creativity, the difference in the way that we're playing. We haven't addressed these issues. The right back position, the wingers attack, the wide players attacking. We haven't addressed these issues. So why do you now think that all of a sudden these issues are all of a sudden going to be solved? They're not going to be solved. The signings that we've made, yes, they may take time to bed in, but are they signings that are going to give us anything that we need to take us and propel us moving forward? I was at the game today. I have to say it looked like we were back to 2020-21 Aston Villa that finished in 11th position, that picked up 1 or 2 good results, but ultimately couldn't be consistent enough to maintain a challenge for Europe. And that's what we look like in this game today. And that's what I'm concerned about. We have finished 6th in the league last season, 4th in the league the season before. And now we are saying that, with all due respect, a draw to Everton is a good result. What are we doing here? What standards do we have set for our players? What standards do we have set for this club? What standards do we have set for this manager? And yes, Damien Vidagini can talk on social media about patience, about this, about that. But ultimately, it is not good enough. It is not good enough. We are going to be left behind with other clubs who are going to get miles better results than us. I am concerned for this season. We don't look like scoring a goal. How are we going to win games? We can talk all we want about give it time. The players will turn it around. Look at the performances on the pitch today. Oliver Watkins, what did you do today to create a goal? You were doing the bare minimum. Yes, you can say you held your position. Yes, you can say you tried to get into positions. But did you actually do anything to get the result for Aston Villa? Did you drop off the line? Did you try and make something happen? I didn't see that. Morgan Rogers, what has happened to you? I said this a couple of weeks ago. What has happened to your performances? You can't run with the ball. You can't pass the ball. You can't beat a man. Yet for England, we see this. What is happening here? We have good enough players to get a result today. Admittedly, Everton were poor. I was expecting more from them. So that is even more indicative of Aston Villa to go after the game and win the game. Yet, if it wasn't for 3 fantastic saves from Emi Martinez, we could have been on the end of another defeat. Sunderland we have next Sunday. Do you think they're going to go into a game at home fearing playing against Aston Villa? I doubt it. I am seriously worried about how we are operating this season and where we are going to finish. Now, you might turn around and say, well, if we finish 10th or 12th in the league and we win the Europa League, that's a good season. But can you seriously see us winning the Europa League right now? Can you seriously see us maintaining a real threat on the Premier League right now? This is concerning. And look, I have higher standards for Aston Villa because of the job that Unai Emery has done, because of the way that the players have played and the way that they have carried the last 2 seasons. But at this moment in time, it feels like the players that Unai Emery has coached and made into phenomenal players, like the likes of Ezri Konsa, John McGinn, Ollie Watkins, they seem to be on a bit of a plateau and a bit of a downturn. And it has to be said that the players coming through, the succession planning hasn't been good enough. How many players who Unai Emery has signed come into the side and command a place in the starting 11? Not enough. Today, Evan Gesson came on at half time. Yes, he needs time, but he was poor today. He was poor today. It summed up with an effort when he tried to control the ball and he ended up going out of play right at the end of the game. Didn't take his man on. Didn't do what we want. Bring any life to the game. Bring a bit of effervescence to the game. Bring your creativity to the game. Nothing. We need to see more from these players. We need to see more from these players. And I can't help but be concerned. And you guys can let me know your thoughts in the comments. Am I going over the top? But I said, I don't see any leadership. I don't see any urgency. I don't see anyone taking the game by the scruff of the neck. Yes, we are well coached. Yes, we are well managed. Yes, we have a certain way of playing. But today, it looked like a mess. It really looked like a mess. And we were fairly organised at the back. Tyrone Mings was very good. Ezri Konsa made some good blocks. Matty Cash did well against Jack Grealish, albeit I'd have liked to have seen him do a little bit more going forward. So we were organised. But when we're going forward, the players don't seem to know where each other's going to be. Nobody's making any runs in behind. No one's trying to threaten the opposition. And then as the game wears on, you think, right, can we go ahead and win this game? Can we go and take the game to Everton 60, 65 minutes? And that didn't seem to happen. We made changes with 10 minutes to go and we went 3-5-2 in some weird formation. And nobody knew what they were doing. Harvey Elliott was trying to get on the ball, couldn't really make an impact. Daniel Marlon ended up front, was just chasing lost causes. It seems a complete mess at the moment. And yes, we can talk about the transfer window and players uncertain about whether they were going to be at the club or not. But is that an excuse? Like, this is not good enough. We've played Newcastle at home, Brentford away, Crystal Palace at home and Everton away. We haven't played Arsenal, Man City, Liverpool, Chelsea. What are we going to do when we come against these teams? How are we going to operate when we come against these teams? This was meant to be a good, solid start for Aston Villa to get plenty of points on the board, to take them and propel them for the rest of the season. We've got 2 points from 4 games. 2 points from 4 games. And yes, I predicted that we would draw this game. I said we'd get a 1-1 draw, and I was hoping for a goal. We're still waiting for a goal. And yes, we drew 0-0 and got a point. But the performance, that's the concerning thing. The performance. Nobody go in an attacking position. Nobody with attacking intent played well today. And that is really concerning. All Villa fans who are saying, get this window out of the way, the players now can knuckle down and concentrate, the players have been back from international duty, are confident. What are you saying now? Because that attacking display was woeful. Absolutely woeful. It really needs to improve for the next game. Yes, we've got Brentford in the Carabao Cup. I'm sure that will be a much changed side. But Sunderland next week, we have to get a win. We have to get a win because I can't see us finishing in the top 10 right now on the evidence of the performances right now, let alone a challenge for European football. You guys let me know your thoughts in the comments. I'll be back Sunday with the Lions Raw match reaction. I'll be asking guests to come on, letting me know their thoughts. Maybe they are more positive, but I've been at the game today. I didn't see many positives at all. Emi Martinez, 3 fantastic saves. Yes, came back into the side. Villa fans gave him a decent reception, so that's a good thing. Probably got a little bit more to do to maybe ingratiate himself with the fans more, but that was, like I say, 3 fantastic saves. I thought Mings and Konsa were good. Attacking wise, though, very, very poor. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, help us continue on the road to 10,000 subscribers. Like I say, I'll be back with the Lions Raw match reaction show, talking tactics with Gareth to go through all the analysis from this game. Fans forum back on Tuesday where you guys can have your say. Thank you all for watching, and as always, remember, we all follow the Villa.